All right. Welcome to the first edition of Marketing Uncensored. We will probably get better at intros. So I am Sam. This is Collin. Welcome
What's
to
up?
Marketing Uncensored.
Welcome to Marketing Uncensored.
So, Colin, Google Marketing Live happened today. Are you drunk?
I wish I was drunk. Would have made that a little more palatable.
Yeah, it was 2 hours. It was 2 hours I wish I could have had back.
Yep, not getting it back.
That's a shame. So, initial thoughts. You can go first.
Same shit, different day. I don't actually think they said anything new or nothing of note. So, thrilled to be a Google shareholder, not as thrilled to be a Google marketer. So I think that's my top line
That's
take on that.
I tend to agree. We did a lot of maxing today.
Yep, lots of
So
maxing.
much maxing.
AI everywhere. AI to the max.
Yes. So I guess Google went where Microsoft only dared to go, which is actually putting AI in search and making it useful and monetizing it.
I mean, is it useful?
We're about to find out.
Like,
Although, in fairness, I do love an AI overview on search. There's a search without an AI overview. I just get angry and try again.
I guess they're trying to take a bite at ChatGPT because I'll be honest, I don't use Google search that much anymore. I just go to ChatGPT first. So trying to have their cake and eat it too, but
Interesting.
we'll see what happens.
I actually did that search test where you look at how many times you search. Like you can put in like a date range and it'll tell you how many queries you ran on Google. The number of searches that I have is up like 50, 60% over the last year.
Are you sure you're not a Zoomer?
And that's why this is called Marketing Uncensored. I don't know. I just find like I'll go to ChatGPT, but then I just go back to Google and I find the answers that I want anyway.
It depends on the search, right? I think any sort of informational stuff, ChatGPT is going to be great. If you need to be slightly more time sensitive in terms of information, Google's going to be better. Um, Checking your Shopify stock predictions in real time, probably need Google for that.
Yeah, I would say, I mean, my use of Google SERP tools is at an all-time high. Like Google Hotels, Google Flights, Google Maps, utterly
And they scrape
fantastic.
money out of each and every one of those.
Yep. So, like you said, good time to be a Google shareholder.
Fuck orbits, fuck Travelocity, fuck the airlines. Like they're getting
In
their
fairness,
piece.
is did any of those people actually deliver a good experience? No.
Probably not. I never used any of them, so couldn't say.
Yeah, I was gonna say I used Booking.com exactly once, never went back.
Sounds about right.
Uh, Trivago, I went to the website and got about 9,000 ads, and I was like, okay, I'm either going to get a trip booked or I'm going to lose a kidney. Back to Google it is.
I mean, they've done a great job over the last 25 years, especially monetizing things for themselves. Like
Extracting value from the internet? Yes. That's
never bet against Google on monetizing the internet for themselves.
I did not. I'm a big fan of somebody's got to gatekeep the internet. Might as well be the person that we profit from.
I mean, again, as a shareholder, I'm thrilled.
Yes. All right. Other random Google takeaways. SEOs are going to be angry at Google Marketing Live, so that's happy.
Are SEOs ever not angry?
No. But I'm happy to have them angry.
It'll make great content.
Really will. What was it? Create helpful, reliable, people first content.
Uh, Wonder if I've heard that one before.
I think most SEOs just have it tattooed on their body somewhere, just as like a little helpful reminder.
As they cry into their pillow at night with the all the zero click results.
Yeah, but is zero click actually a problem?
And not for a user, right? And that's ultimately like Google's argument, I think. I'm no
Right. I mean,
longer in the
that'd be my
SEO game,
argument.
but not great for the people providing the content, which is all those random ass websites.
Well, to be completely candid, if I'm going to a recipe, I never wanted to hear about your great grandmother thrice removed. Like, I don't care about how she invented meatloaf. I just want to know what the recipe is.
It's honestly hysterical that that is true. I don't cook, but my girlfriend does, and I've seen some of those recipe websites, and it's not actually a joke. They really have 65,000 fucking words
Yeah,
before they get to the recipe at the very bottom.
yeah. So, nah. Like, local guides, like, you aren't saying anything new or novel about the Trevi Fountain, my friend. Just tell me where it is and tell me the most efficient route to get through the Colosseum, the Trevi Fountain, the Spanish Steps. Let's be done. I don't care about your life. So,
I mean, that's the right response to most of the content, I think.
like, it's not worthy of being clicked on. I don't need to go to your website. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I mean, the the baseline quality of content on the internet historically has been absolute shit. I think the more of it that disappears is actually not a bad thing. And people are like, oh, we're losing so much information on the internet because websites are going down. And it's like, well, did we really need that information anyway?
This is like Blockbuster going away. Like, no one actually needed Blockbuster.
No, no.
There's a
It got
better way to get
replaced with something
shows.
better.
Exactly. Information in a SERP that provides it, which brings us into AI ads. Ads in AI, overviews in AI mode.
I'm super excited about AI mode,
Me
actually. I
too.
think that's probably the biggest thing, at least in my opinion. It actually looks good. It looks like a
It's
great
great.
experience.
I've been using it for like the last 2, 3 weeks. It's fantastic.
The the AI try on for apparel looks fucking awesome. Like,
Yep.
I want to sell some ads in that.
100%. That to me is the future of everybody keeps screaming about how Google's going to kill AI is going to kill Google's cash cow. Google's cash cow just reached its final form.
Yeah, Google's cash cow is going to be AI. I mean, they slept on it for like 10 fucking years. Like, oh, we
Yeah.
invented all of this. We still have all this data. We're just going to take a pause, milk a few more years out of Google search. And then, ChatGPT came along and it's like, hey, look what we're doing. And Google's like, oh, hold my beer.
Pretty much. It took them 2 years, but they got around to it. Google's
Yeah.
like the US every time we enter a world war. We dawdle around for a little bit, we try to play peacemaker, and then finally we just have enough, and then the war is over because we show up.
Yep. Like I use Gemini all the time.
Gemini
It's
is
superb.
2.5 is amazing. Notebook LM is the single best thing. It is straight up magical.
It's been shocking to see how quickly and they've not been shy about touting it between IO yesterday and GML today.
I mean, today is these last 2 days are the last 2 days the first 2 days that Google's ever done good marketing.
That is a strong and bold statement.
We're not here for tepid takes, are we?
I hope not.
Good. But Google's problem was always marketing, never tech. ChatGPT's problem was always tech, never marketing.
Yeah. Google's
Sam Altman's a hell of a salesman,
yeah, he is.
but
Yeah.
it's
He
a
talks
shame.
shit about Elon, but they're both like kind of the same people. Just he's got a
Well,
little softer edge about him.
I was gonna say, and Elon also has companies that work.
Well, did
Did I mean,
unclear about currently.
SpaceX is pretty good.
Yes.
SpaceX is pretty fantastic.
Tesla. Well, I wouldn't be buying puts on Tesla just because a lot of fanboys, but I
Yeah,
wouldn't not be buying puts on Tesla.
I was gonna say I won't buy a Tesla, but I own some Tesla stock again. I bought him at the bottom. I bought Tesla stock on April 9th.
I mean, you enjoy buying at the bottom. It's a great
I
place to
do.
buy.
There's no place I would rather buy than on the downtrend and at the bottom. You got to catch those falling knives.
Yep. Yeah, they were like Number one across LM Arena a million fucking times.
I mean, no lies detected.
No, it's been fucking great.
Yeah, no, they've Gemini 2.5 it is good. It is very good.
Yeah, it's funny because like my team's been using it and they're like, so why is everyone using ChatGPT? I was like, because they don't know about this yet.
Because Google, it turns out, is real shit at marketing.
I mean, when you have a monopoly, you don't have to be good at many things, and one of those things is selling yourself.
That's true. But do they actually have a monopoly?
I mean,
Only their
they
donation to the Trump campaign will tell.
they did in search.
Well, they had the monopoly until, they show up with that Brinks truck full of cash to Mar-a-Lago. Then
Well, that's always a great investment. I would like to make that investment.
it's Qatar did it, 400 million for a plane.
Yeah.
Not bad. Not bad. It's a
No,
best ROI in history.
not a bad day at the office. Oh, they're gonna make so much fucking money on that. I mean,
Speaking
at least
of,
at least this time he's raising how much it costs to bribe him, which I can appreciate. Like, administration one, and gonna make all of the pro-Trump DTC fuckboys really pissed off with this one. But like, he was such a cheap bribe, and that's the part I found most offensive. It's like it's $1 million or something. So you're the president of the United States. Add a couple zeros to that. And he did. He added a couple zeros to that.
that is true. That is 100% accurate. So, progress.
Yeah. Be a more expensive bribe. Good job.
Speaking of more expensive, how much more expensive do AI ads get?
I mean, probably a lot. Like, one of the first things that I was thinking about is how much are those top, like, product placement in the AI mode where it's like, I'm looking for a rug for my country house that shit stains blend in on. And it's like, here we go. This is the one thing. Click buy. Like, that's because you're not even comparing. You're
Right.
just buying. So like, what are those costs gonna be?
I mean, it's got to be insane. Like, you start to put these in like high value areas, services, shopping, like,
Who's the best personal injury attorney in New York City?
I mean, that click alone is $600.
Yeah. So what's the
So,
what's the actual
attorney-
result?
Yeah, the
5
attorneys-
grand?
Yeah, probably. I mean,
Um,
truck accident lawyer, Oklahoma City is about to be like $3,000 placement.
I mean, like I said, great for Google shareholders.
Yeah. I mean, although in fairness, not always terrible for marketers either. Because you win that placement, you're going to look like a hero.
That is true. Yeah, I think obviously the big question is it's already a race to the bottom in terms of like margin. And that's with like multiple options. If it's just like one of one, how many people are just like completely out of the
Maybe.
competition,
But
right?
like, you think about the shopping carousel, right? That shopping carousel example where you're looking for like, I don't know, trendy summer dress or whatever, right? And 4 of them are organic and 12 of them are sponsored. And you just swipe through and you find the one that's got to be, I don't know, pretty valuable.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's valuable. But especially when it's one answer, right? I think just less opportunity, which is going to make it more valuable, but
Yeah. I mean, or
reducing competitors.
or Google starts basically taking the same infrastructure they built out for LSAs and just says, "Hey, here's 3. Press 1 and we'll connect you."
I mean, trial run with LSAs, beloved by all. Everyone loves a good LSA.
No one does anybody love an LSA?
Let's
the
ask
one
Higman.
It's the one ad unit I don't touch. I hate those things.
Yeah,
But they still have the infrastructure, and
yeah.
I
I
stand
mean, it makes
by
sense.
I stand by Sam's grand theory of ads, which is the value of the ad is proportional to the utility, and you've just made them infinitely more useful.
Yeah, I mean, It's just how it works, right?
which is very exciting. We're going to have AI ads, which means SEOs can go away. Bye bye, SEOs.
Yep. It's
I don't need to
for
optimize for the AI overview anymore if I can just run an ad in it.
yeah. Yeah, they've been complaining about the death of organic traffic for as long as I've been doing this, so
So,
now it might finally be dead.
yeah, all bad things must die.
So happy I don't do SEO. I fucking hated that shit.
Same. All right. So, other fun things that came out of this. We can talk about Zillennials and Gen Z searching more.
Yeah.
That was an
Uh,
interesting observation.
I was shocked, but not that shocked when I thought about it because maybe their brains are just cooked and they just need to search more.
So, TikTok is secretly saving Google's business.
Yes. Helping Meta too, I think.
I am not. Yes, I think so. Actually, I think so. Yeah, that's good. Um, all right, Volvo. Nice little demo. Nice little call out from Volvo. Guess they're back in vogue.
I
But
guess.
they were using phrase match, or why weren't they using phrase match? This contextual keywordless search nonsense.
So dynamic
How,
search ads with,
but with
you
AI,
know,
it's a whole
dynamic
new thing.
quality headlines.
No,
You know, like, and that's always the thing with some of the Google AI shit too, where it's like you would think that the quality on this would be better if you have all of this data. So, how much of it is actually AI and how much of it is just like new domain dot AI? Like,
I think a big portion is the latter.
it's like
A lot of
anytime you add AI, right, in like an earnings call, like the stock jumps. So like, let's fucking jam this in here.
they did. The only green, the
Yes,
sea of
they
red.
did. Yes, they did.
So, I mean, I'm optimistic. I think it's going to be a lot like Facebook's what was it, the Power 5 that they unveiled?
Power Five. Yeah, I was thinking about that. Was like, was Facebook's the Power Five or it was
Yeah,
something
Facebook
five?
was Power 5 and then Google was the Golden Triangle.
Now they got the Power Pack.
They have the Power Pack. They have the whatever, max your campaign with AI, the little toggle button.
Yep. Still
I
have
know.
the demand gen dragon at at the back.
The problem that I keep having with this is when we've run demand gen with a good budget, that thing is fantastic.
Define good budget.
Like 15, 20 a month or more
Okay.
for a geo, not like countrywide. That's insanity.
And incremental.
Well, according to the MMM, yes.
Huh.
But it's just, it makes sense. They should have a good product. You have all the people's data. You have Discover, which is the most used newsfeed. You have Gmail, the most used inbox. And you have YouTube, the world's largest video platform. If you can't figure out a way to make that somewhat useful,
Well,
bro,
RIP video action campaigns because
yeah, that was a bummer. I love
I
the
mean,
video
yeah,
action.
they work in demand gen, but I think the reason demand gen works is moving VAC in there, and they were they were doing a lot of work with some of those fucking sketchy like data points where it's like more conversions per dollar. It's like
Oh yeah.
how
Oh
much did you torture the data to get to that metric?
yeah. That's Abu Ghraib level of data torture. Like we're not quite at Russian POWs, but we are approaching.
Yeah, it was. I was like that. You
It
know,
was
it's
an
like when you have to write those shit case studies, right? And you're
yep.
like, this was actually a bad engagement, but we want the case study, and so you're like, how can we torture
Yeah.
this to make it sing? That's what they did with that data.
It's called enhanced interrogation.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a little hard to watch.
Yeah.
But last and least, demand gen campaigns. Please fix this. Like done well, this is a great alternative to Meta. It has yet to be done well.
Yeah. Done. Operative point. Done well.
Like, you've got to have somebody somewhere that's able to figure this out. This is not a hard problem.
Well, and the inventory used to work great, just like as a rule. Like Gmail
Yes.
should be an awesome placement just always. It used to be.
And now
Um,
you've messed it up.
it's just materially. I think it's just all materially worse than it used to be. And even like the VAC to like demand gen like straight dupes, again, still work, but don't work nearly as well as VAC used to. Um, yeah.
So please make it better, Google. Please make it better. All right. Other good news. The cinematic AI tools. Those are cool.
Cool. Yes. Ready for prime time?
No.
Not quite, but check
But
back
cool.
in 6 months, and I'm sure
Whoa.
it'll be
Random
different.
camera zoom here. Yeah. I don't know why I did that, but good to know that Riverside is working well. All
Oh,
right.
we are zoomed in right now.
I know I'm trying to make this not do that, and it's not going well here. All right, Ocelot, let's go back. I don't know what's doing here. Okay. All right. Other fun things. Synth ID, that was good. I'm actually impressed that Google is doing something with detecting AI content, and I'm sure it has absolutely nothing to do with the slew of antitrust lawsuits they're facing and trying to prevent.
Antitrust lawsuits? No. No way.
No, it couldn't be those. But good on them for doing some kind of watermarking. That's something ChatGPT could have done, like, you know,
Forever ago.
forever ago and actually owned the protocol for how to do it. This one feels kind of like Google is going to own the protocol and everybody's going to have to use Synth ID.
I mean, it's absolutely going to be required, like globally by all governments at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so get out ahead of it and make another product that they can monetize. I mean, long-term investments, they are actually good at that. Let's just look at Waymo.
Yeah, Waymo is. I've got a couple friends that are in Austin and they are raving about Waymo. Basically, it's phenomenal. It is as good as, if not better than advertised. It is everything Elon promised 17 years ago.
I feel like we're talking all about Google and the great shit they do outside of the marketing, and they're like, fuck the marketing stuff.
Yeah, pretty
Uh,
much. But
but
it is what it is. Like, you can't, I mean, at some point, you just can't argue with the fact that from a technological standpoint, they are absolutely phenomenal.
yes, way ahead, and I think at a certain point in the not too distant future, like advertising and search ads will be a minority of their revenue. Like it'll just be one other
Yep.
like service line instead of the vast majority of all their.
I think that's right. And speaking of keeping that income, measurement's getting better. Who would have thought Google's going to roll out their own little MMM solution, which is something they probably should have done like the day Facebook unveiled Robin, but okay, we got here eventually.
Yeah, I mean they did. Was it last GMO when they announced Meridian?
I believe it was.
This is where you need the producer
Uh,
like checking in your ear and then just feeling, yeah, it was last year.
I mean, they launched it. I think they announced it last GML and they rolled it out in January of this year officially.
I have not used it, but also like that's something I was surprised they didn't do because again, like announcements were like pretty small ball for the most part. It was like yeah, we have this MMM tool, but nobody can use it without one of these data partners to set it up. It's like maybe you guys should spend a little bit of time and
Right.
make the
Actually
software
understand.
around it.
Right. Like actually understand the use case because your use case isn't the people that are using Publicis. Like all due respect to
No,
Publicis, actually no due respect to Publicis.
no due
Um,
respect. Unless they want to buy my agency, in which
like,
case, much respect.
but the reality is most Google advertisers who are actually concerned about this aren't running to big holdcos who have these data partners. They are using small to mid-sized agencies or freelancers. They want to understand incremental impact. They want to be able to get better value out of Google. And to your point, they were gate-kept out of it because these large buyers, who most of them candidly suck, were the ones getting these exclusive partnerships and deals. And no one wants to figure out if something works at the cost of sacrificing it working because you moved it over to Publicis.
Yeah. I mean, as soon as it's like, have your data scientists set it up, like, that's 90% of the people out of the fucking, out of the room.
100%.
Speaking of incrementality, what do we think about $5,000 stat-sig incrementality tests?
Theoretically possible, mathematically difficult. I'm optimistic. This is one that I think you can actually make work. With Google's full data set, you could probably get pretty damn close.
I mean, it really just depends on like the conversion costs, obviously.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm excited that they're like doing it. I love House, but House is very expensive for most brands. I mean, the reason Google's doing all of this is because YouTube is a fucking treasure trove that no one knows how to measure and is materially underpriced. And they're like,
Yes.
how can we get people to spend money on YouTube?
Well,
Help them measure it. That's how.
I mean, that's half the equation. The other half of the equation is fixing the damn ad platform.
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
It's not that hard. You have the world's most valuable video platform, the world's second largest search engine, and the only video-centric social platform that no one hates. It's a truly magical combination that you would think some organization worth, what are they, 2 trillion now in market cap?
Something like that.
You would think they could figure this out.
Talk about a great buy. Holy shit.
I mean, I made the argument on Twitter that essentially when you buy Google stock, you were basically just buying YouTube and Google Cloud, and you were getting everything else for free.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at the market cap and like the value of these sub businesses, that's why it's still a great time to buy Google right now. The PE ratio is like below this average of the S&P 500. And what? Excuse me?
This honestly feels like one of those Warren Buffett buys. And I know Berkshire Hathaway is accumulating a position in an entity they haven't disclosed yet.
Wouldn't be surprised if it was
Would
Google.
not be surprised if it was Google. This feels like a quintessential Buffett buy.
I mean, it's hashtag not financial advice, but I mean, like I said, I post shit on Twitter. I got puts in Shopify and I got money at Google, so
Yeah, I have a lot, but
well, there's still time.
I do have longs in gold, so that's fun.
Take
All right.
delivery of the gold bullion.
Yes, please.
This is also financial advice uncensored.
Yeah, okay. Other random things that showed up in this nonsense. Let's see.
Creator Hub.
Oh yeah, Creator Hub.
I actually think that's great. I mean, I know it's like been out or at least been in beta for a while. Again, helping people get the most out of YouTube. I think it's great.
I agree. A/B testing in Merchant Center. That seems good.
Fantastic. Love that.
Love to see that. All right. Any final thoughts? Any predictions?
Well, I've been saying it for a while, but YouTube is going to be a larger revenue driver than search in the next few years. And
That one's a little spicy.
their agentic guide in platform is going to make more money for Google and lose more money for small advertisers than anything they've ever done in the history of the platform.
I think that's right. Yeah, that feels right. I feel like I'm really thinking that keywords are dying soon. Like
Keywords are fucking dead.
it feels like at the very least, we're going to get an announcement about a match type change or modification by the end of the year. That feels almost inevitable at this point. I was surprised at how much granularity they put into some of their AI Max stuff, where they're like, oh, you can actually still see stuff. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. I think you guys believe in that.
Yeah.
But, all right.
That was also, and I don't know if you noticed this when they were talking about AI Max, but they're like, oh, it's going to be, I think it was like 27% more efficient than phrase and exact match, and no commentary at all about broad match. So, phrase and exact match, target, lock.
Yeah.
Like, goodbye.
It's been real. It's been fun.
Pour
Yeah.
one out. Not that they're really phrase or exact match these days anyway, but
No. It's they have some branding problems there. I am actually very optimistic about the future of AI search. Like with that agentic search, I think it's going to be phenomenal.
I think the
People
user experience is going to be fantastic. The question is, can Google make it monetize in a way that works for advertisers? And yeah, they'll scrape some for themselves, I think, but they could probably do it if
I
they
think they
want
could,
to.
I think they could probably do it. I think they've got the infrastructure. I also don't think it hurts if they start to be able to convert more and more people into paying Google users on a monthly basis. Like they're going to become, it seems like they've quietly assembled all of the infrastructure necessary to basically make Google the operating system of the internet.
They are the
The,
super app.
yeah, like,
They're the WeChat or whatever
yeah,
in the
like
US.
if Elon Musk had a wet dream about his everything app, everything he would write down would not come close to what Google already has.
Yeah. And they even have the transportation now too with Waymo.
Right. They literally have, all we need is a rocket company and they can go buy SpaceX for 350 billion.
The pocket change.
I mean,
I'm sure they have that in cash.
well, if Buffett's investment goes through, I'm sure they will. Let's just do this. Like, I think that's where we're going. And I'm
All they need is
actually,
a good payment platform.
yeah. I mean,
Maybe
yeah,
they should buy TikTok.
boy.
I mean, give Trump another jet, and TikTok is yours.
You know, it's not a bad idea. They already have shorts. You have shorts, you have TikTok. Oh boy, you
Easy.
could, and we
And
all,
Google's bidding, because that's the thing, at least for me with TikTok, is like their bidding algorithms not nearly as good as Meta or Google.
no.
So
So instant alpha,
yes,
instant value add.
Sundar finder's fee. I'll take it in
Yes.
Google stock.
I think we all will. 'Cause that is going up and to the right. Nancy does not miss.
You know, the more we're talking about this, the more I'm like, I have to buy more. Like, I'm like, all
Yeah.
right, well, you know, market's closed, but tomorrow's a new day.
I mean, 24-hour markets are live, so you could still probably get an order filled.
Hop in, see what I can do.
Yeah. All right, so not bad for first issue, first edition, whatever we're gonna call these things.
Yeah, this was. I think we'll need maybe a little bit of editing, a little bit of polish, but this was fun.
Yeah.
I like this. I think
I like this.
probably. I mean, I know are we still recording? Yeah, we're still
Yeah.
recording. That's fine. Maybe fewer topics so we go deeper into.
Yeah, let us know in the comments
Yeah,
because we are media personalities now.
that's right. And hopefully there was enough swearing for the uncensored component. I don't. You swear a little bit, but not nearly as much as me.
Yeah, I can work on that.
We might have to cut the Abu Ghraib part. Not sure Abu Ghraib is gonna make it into the podcast. First episode, only episode. I liked it, but I'm not sure how other people will respond.
Listen, I'm just trying to give those millennials some search fodder so they can figure out
Yeah,
what that
they
actually
have no
was.
idea what that. Add it to their high percentage of searches.
Yes. All right. Well, this is the first issue of Marketing Uncensored. We'll be back next week with another one. So subscribe. You might
Like,
learn something.
comment, subscribe, hit the bell on YouTube, and we'll see you next week.
See ya.